Hello again. Things are really kicking off between America, Russia, North Korea, and China. What's interesting is that Donald Trump wanted to go for North Korea. That was his dream, to go for North Korea. However, if you ever noticed back in school days, everybody had the cock of the school or the toughest guy in the school. And this toughest guy in the school, when you're a child, you don't seem to see this. The world is a strange place. You never really understood the psychology of what made a bully tick. Anyway, this cock of the school would go around and strutting his stuff, showing how tough he was. However, this cock or this bully never really did go for somebody of his own size, for fear that he would get toppled down. So he always went for somebody half his size, or somebody he knew he could walk over. And that's most bullies. Bullies will never go for anyone that can give them a run for the money or give them a bloody nose. Bullies play dirty. They're not honest. Now it's interesting that Donald Trump, he has a total hate for North Korea, and yet he's using another communist country, China, to wage war against another communist country, North Korea. And China has deployed, I think it's 150,000 of its men. Now, what does that mean? It means that Americans are cowards. You're getting someone else to fight your dirty battle. If you got something against North Korea, you should confront them, not go for China. Why are you conquering and dividing? Why are you going, through somebody else? If you're the man, be the man. Step up. Don't go using somebody else. You're a coward. You want to say our nation is number one. We're the best in the world. We've got the best military, and yet you're going through China. That to me sounds like you're scared of North Korea. At the same time, I don't know what happened with Russia and Donald Trump's relationship, but now Donald Trump is sanctioning Russia. I think it's over Syria, all because Putin mentioned that what they did was wrong. Right? So now that warrants sanctioning. That warrants sanctioning, all because Putin says something. Putin never killed anybody. He never sort of murdered wholesale. And yet he's going to sanction Russia purely for Putin telling the truth. So if you tell the truth, you get sanctioned. You get punished. I don't think Russia is reliant upon America that badly anyway. But it's interesting that the strategy that America are playing. What they're doing, they're leaving these Asian countries to fight the Western imperialist interest. And that is wrong. That to me sounds like old imperialism. Leaving the darker races to fight amongst themselves. And how China cannot see that America is using them, exploiting them, is beyond me. China's supposed to be a very intelligent people. I'm sure if China had enemies, I can't see Donald Trump or America, offering their muscle. They would leave it to China to deal with. So why should China deal with North Korea? All that's going to do is create more antagonism and let the world be even more unstable than what it is. However, to cut a long story short, this is obviously brimming to what's going to be inevitably World War III. This is obvious. You know, America, she likes being top dog. She likes being number one. But as the story goes, everybody has to be knocked down the perch sooner or later. Everybody has to be knocked down the perch for a younger fish who's coming up and want that spot. And China is almost number one, military, economically. You know, what's America going to do? America going to do? Go for war against China? You know, if China had knew what Donald Trump thought about them before he became president, they would not have joined him on this stupid, you know, going for North Korea. Donald Trump had nothing good to say about China. You know, he wanted to, I think it was, stop China goods going to America. He wanted to affect the China economy so America could remain great. If China knew what Donald Trump thought about them, about the economy, about them as a people, China would not have even considered doing America's dirty work by dealing with North Korea. Well, if America wants to deal with North Korea like they did Vietnam, and they had a bloody nose, the Vietnam kicked them up the arse, they came back crippled, damaged psychologically, got too ambitious, then let them go and deal with North Korea. North Korea is not Vietnam. North Korea has nuclear weapons. North Korea, they are mad tigers. They are hungry tigers. They don't care. They're like Muslims. They love death. Vietnam is totally different. 1950s Vietnam or 60s. That's totally different. North Korean, they are a different breed altogether. Different breed. They will die the death. So if America wants to go down this suicidal route, she should do it her goddamn self, not hide behind the apron of China, being devilish, being crafty, hiding behind the apron string. Oh, mommy, look, you know, look, I got a bully over there. Mommy, can you go and fight him? Can you go and fight him? Man up to your goddamn self. Just stop using other people. You do it your goddamn self. You got a problem with North Korea, you go and deal with it. You scared to fight them? You're scared? Is that what it is? So you rather use the Chinese, another Asian, to fight another Asian. As I said, if China knew what Donald Trump thought about them and how he was going to assassinate the economy, they would have told him to go to hell.
For more info, go to www.omegagarden.com and be sure to tell them you saw it on the Still Report. Good evening. I'm still reporting on Trump, the master strategist. According to several sources, 150,000 Chinese troops are massing on the northern border of North Korea at this hour. The show of force came just one day after the Chinese premier met with President Trump in Florida, and even Trump's most die-hard skeptics have taken a pause in their criticisms and conspiracy theories of the past few days. In addition, a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group has been turned around as it was headed for a port call in Australia in order to make haste to a new position expected to be somewhere between Japan and North Korea. The strike group includes the 1,092-foot-long Carl Vinson, a Nimitz-class carrier which houses 60 aircraft and 5,000 personnel. The move comes as North Korea has announced that it will test its latest atomic bomb. Will President Trump, the master strategist, take it out beforehand? No one knows but the Trumpster. China is playing the PR game in an interesting way. According to a Chinese Xinhua news release, China calls for restraint and avoiding anything that escalates tensions in Korean Peninsula. In other words, China has moved an entire army to the North Korean border to do just what? They certainly aren't threatening U.S. forces. According to the Navy Times, announcing carrier movements in advance is rare and generally done to send a clear message. The move is designed to send a message to North Korea and to increasingly nervous allies such as Japan and South Korea that the U.S. is ready to defend them. Korean leader Kim Jong-un has launched a half-dozen missiles since President Trump took office in January. Experts are warning that North Korea is getting closer to producing a nuclear-tipped missile able to reach the United States. Its missiles are already capable of striking Japan and South Korea. Therefore, the U.S. and South Korea have deployed a new anti-missile system called THAAD, Terminal High Altitude Area Defense Missile System. These were deployed recently over strenuous Chinese opposition. But the Carl Vinson may house a few surprises as well, namely top-secret weapons development projects never before tested in a battle space. In another development, military analysts are tracking North Korean development of solid rocket motors that can enable a launch with very short notice. That development, combined with deployable nuclear weapons, are seen as unacceptable risks for the free world. China has been pushing the U.S. to engage in direct diplomacy with Kim's government to try to get them to halt their nuke development programs. But apparently President Trump has determined that nothing says lovin' like something from the oven.
Nothing says lovin' like something from the oven, and Pillsbury says it best.
And the Carl Vinson Strike Group's carrier escorts say it best by carrying over 300 missile tubes. The risks of an unprovoked attack, though, are enormous. According to the Navy Times, a punitive strike from the U.S. could trigger an invasion of the South by North Korea's force of more than 1 million soldiers.
응원이 잊지 않을 것이는 사마당과 후방병원들에서 미보장 임무를 책임적으로 수행하여 전쟁 승리에 크게 기여한 주해방 전쟁식이 명종대가 나아갑니다. 우리와 함께 삶을 빛내도록. 현대전은 보병전이며 보병 싸움 준비는 인민군대의 싸움 준비이고 지금 광장으로는 벼락돌이의 방사포를 적재한 기계와 총.
Therefore, the initial force of 150,000 Chinese on their northern border is a threat that no military tactician will take lightly. I'm still reporting from Washington. Good day.